Okay, 5.3b. This is finding real, okay, being the key word, real roots by graphing. Your calculator does not find imaginary complex solutions.
Why is that? If it's so smart to ask me questions, why can't it find I?
Maybe it can, but we don't.
Okay.
I don't know if it can. I should ask Mrs. Price that one. So we are going to be finding intersection. Here's the thing. Psst. This stuff you have done before. I feel like this is going to feel really easy to you. If it doesn't, let me know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But what you're doing here is you're going to find the intersection just like we did in the past, right? That was number 5 intersection, once you do second trace. So we're going to find an intersection. First thing you're going to do is you're going to set your p of x equal to 0, just like we did yesterday. Second thing, you're going to put this as your y1 equals and this as your y2 equals, okay, which is exactly how we have always done it. So this is not new. You know how to do this. Diego, you should be with me on your calculator, not on your iPad. Just keep in mind, you're going to find the intersections, which are going to be your zeros, your roots. But like I said, if it's at x to the 5th and you only find 3 answers, that's because the other 2 answers were complex, like imaginary numbers are involved, okay? Your calculator is just gonna find the real roots for you. So here's what we're gonna do. Example 1 is this. So you have x cubed plus 3x squared equals x plus 3. And we want to solve by graphing this, okay? So the first thing you need to do is what? Before you put it into y equals, set it equal to 0. So it's going to be x cubed plus 3x squared minus x minus 3 equals 0, okay? Now from here, let me jump over to my document camera. From here, you are going to put into your y1. Oh, look, it's the last thing I have on here. So put into your y1, x to the 3rd plus x squared, plus 3x squared minus x minus 3. And then your y2 is going to be 0. And now we just want to find our roots. We want to find the answer. Did you find it? Was that like celebration?
No.
Frustration?
I
Oh, bummer. Okay. So once you have your equation, remember your y2 needs to be 0 because we're looking for the intersection of those 2 lines is what we're graphing. So you're going to do you remember how to graph it, how to show it on here? Zoom 6, right? So you're going to go zoom 6. It's going to get you that standard window. Okay. So you get this graph. And then we are looking for the solutions, which will be where those 2 graphs are meeting up, right? You're finding an intersection. You got a different one?
Mr. Wood, can I see the thing?
Like, I got a lower one, and Emma just got like a 1.
Just a line?
Yeah, like.
Well.
Okay. Let me write the equation here. X cubed plus 3x squared. Uh-oh. That pen doesn't work. X cubed plus 3x squared minus x minus 3 equals 0. Did you put that in right? So this was your y1, and then 0 is your y2?
Oh, shoot. I can't read. That might be a problem.
That's what you put in, and then you hit zoom 6.
Oh. I got what you got.
Good? Okay. So you get a graph that looks like this. You're gonna sketch this graph just kind of free-handedly. Try to make it as true to like how far up you went and how far down you went, but it's not like, it doesn't need to be perfect. I just want to see that your graph looks something like mine. So if I were to sketch that, I would go, actually, you know what? Why don't you wait to sketch it? Find your zeros, and then sketching it gets a lot easier. So if we find our intersection, do you remember how to do this?
Second trace.
Second trace,
6.
no,
12.
5, intersect. So you're gonna go second trace 5, and now it's gonna ask you, are you on your first curve? Are you on your second curve? Whatever. You might not be in the same place as mine right now, but you need to do this 3 times. So I'm just gonna arrow over to my farthest right one to start. First curve, second curve, guess, yes. My X then is 1 for my first one. Okay, now go again, second trace, 5, intersect, and now arrow over to your next one. And again, the order you do this in doesn't matter. That one you get a -1. Okay, and then second trace, intersect, number 5, arrow over to your third point, enter, 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 and you get -3. Did you not?
I got a plus sign.
For the 3? For your answer? You got a plus sign?
I might have hit something, but that's what popped up.
I got a negative.
Ah, there it is.
-3, yeah. Okay, so when you go to graph this then, you know that your zeros are 1, -1, and -3. So you can plot your zeros, and then the curve from there is just something close to this. Doesn't need to be identical, but something as close to it as you can get. Okay, something like that. So -1, my spacing is totally off on the camera. So this would be a -3, this would be a -1, this would be a +1. Questions on that? That is solving by graphing. I'm gonna do one more with you, and then we're done. All right, do this equation. 3x cubed plus 12x squared minus 3x equals 12. Sorry,
Minus
I'm,
3x equals 12.
yep. 3x cubed plus 12x squared minus 3x equals 12. So what's the first thing you have to do? Set it equal to 0. So it's going to be 3x cubed plus 12x squared minus 3x minus 12 equals 0. Okay? So when you plug that in, don't forget when you're plugging this in to arrow over after the cubed, right? Plug this in with me. 3x to the third power, arrow over to get out of that. Oh, I should have done this. Sorry. 3x to the third plus 12x. Ooh, that's wrong.
Take 3.
Oh, I didn't. Guys, why didn't you tell me?
Oh.
Try again. 3x to the third power, arrow over, plus 12x squared minus 3x minus 12. Okay. What do you push first to get your graph? Zoom 6. So that one goes pretty far, right? If you don't like that window, you're welcome to change your window. Like if you want to see the top of your Y and the bottom of your Y, you can just change your window. If you click window, say you want your Y min to be -20 and your Y max to be 20, and then if you graph, oh, I still didn't get it. It's closer though. So you can change your window if you want to see the whole thing, okay? well, I just did negative 20, positive 20, and it wasn't enough. So I would do, let's do for y max, just do 40. And then hit graph. So y min, negative 20, y max. Now we got the whole thing. Okay. The only thing is, your units are not the same when you do it this way. So I would say Zoom 6 is your best bet in terms of seeing like everything's being counted by the same amount. But it's not a huge deal. Okay, so we have this set up. We are looking for our intercepts. So it's going to be second trace and then intersect. That's our 5. Okay. Now you got to figure out where your thing is if you're not seeing it on your screen. So I'm going to do my farthest right first. First curve, second curve, guess. You get x equals 1. Did you get x equals 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Do it again. Second trace, intersect. Now arrow over to your next one. Enter, enter, enter. And you get negative 1.
I got negative 1.38.
Did you hit enter, enter, enter?
Yeah, it says intersection.
I'll look in a minute. Okay, and then last one, second trace. Try your third one, Diego, and see if that one gets you the right number. Okay, arrow over to your third one. Enter, enter, enter. You should get negative 4. Okay. Sketch it. So 1, negative 1, 2, 3, negative 4, right? So those are your zeros. When you sketch this one, it's going to go way off. We'll just pretend it doesn't go off as much. That was terrible. We'd be counting by a much different number on our Y's. Okay? Questions?